Hello, Ali Pallies. I've just finished a really lovely conversation with you guys on Google Hangout. So thank you to all of you that joined me. It was so great seeing you all the way across the world in different parts of the globe. So thank you for all of you that joined me. It was just lovely. It's like catching up with old friends. So I thought what I would do today is I'm wearing pink and I want a bit of a glowy look. And Charlotte has brought out another instructional video. I was so excited because I've been saying to them, please bring back Charlotte. Please bring her back, please. And she brought one out and it's a Mother's Day tutorial for older women. We're not sure we like that, Charlotte. Let's call us mature rather than older. Okay? All right. So I've put on some magic cream already. I've done my skincare. I did use all Charlotte's today. So I used her Multi-Miracle Glow because I had a sample of it. And I used that. And then I used her magic cream. And I just need to put on some eye cream. And I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, now I think she might take us through skincare. But I have my iPod all set up here, ready to play this video. So let's get going, shall we? And I'm going to follow her to the letter.
I'm going to show you how to get the fabulous Pillow Talk look that everyone is talking about, that I have literally used on every red carpet around the world. What I'm doing today is on Rubina, which is this sort of very flattering, youth-boosting version of Pillow Talk, and it looks fabulous on everyone from 18 to 80. This look can take you everywhere, from desk to dust to disco to date. You can mesmerise the world with Pillow Talk.
Sounds good to me.
And I'm off by giving you gorgeous red carpet skin. Now you've got amazing skin, but I'm going to put a bit of my Instant Dry Sheet facial mask.
Right, I'm going to skip this because I've done my skincare. Okay, so she did the magic cream and the eye cream, and she did the face mask. I used her Multi-Miracle Glow this morning, so I've stuck to that. And as some of you will have seen this morning, her Goddess Clay mask as well. Now we're moving on to the next part of our video.
So I'm now going to pop on a little bit of my Light Wonder foundation. This is fantastic and it's beautiful on Rubina's skin because this, and I'll just show you as I do half the face, it's light as air, it's breathable, it's got hyaluronic acid in it, so it kind of plumps it with full of lots of gorgeous water.
Okay, so Light Wonder foundation. I have that. She's using 7 on this lady, who's quite similar colouring to me, which is interesting because I mix 8 and 6 together to get my shade. So I'm going to mix those together and then I shall apply it to my face. Okay, so she's applying it with her Hollywood brush, which I'm going to do as well. Now this is lighter coverage than I'm used to, but I should get into the swing of this because we are moving into springtime and I think it's good to show off a bit more skin. I definitely need a bit of a glow at the moment. So I'm just buffing this into my skin. Okay, let's move on to the next. Next, Charlotte.
Now, Double the Magic, this is the most incredible concealer in the world. I would say it's taken my 26-year career as a makeup artist and an innovator in cosmetics to come up with this. What I adore about this concealer that I think no concealer in the world does gives you a bounce and a glow to the skin.
Right, we want some bounce and glow. I will get my Magic Away concealer. What I think is really interesting about this is that the woman on this video is quite similar, I would say, skin tone to me. Very similar. And she uses 4 under her eyes, which I would never have thought to buy. So the lightest one I have is 5. And it's a good thing because I've almost run out of 6. It's basically all that's left on the sponge. So I'm going to use 5 under my eyes. And I'm going to use 6 and 7 on my face. Now she's using shades 4 and 5. She's using 5 on her face, which I think is very light. See what you think. So I'm going to put this under my eyes. This is shade 5. If I can get the lid off, of course. I've forgotten. Bear with me. Okay, here's shade 5. Which you see looks incredibly light on my skin. So this is what she's using on her face. There never seems to be any rhyme or reason when I see these tutorials about the shades that they're using. They don't, you know, you see them using really light shades on darker people and darker shades on lighter people. And I can never quite make out how they do it. I don't think that this would look right if I actually put that on the rest of my face. It's fine for highlighting under my eyes or going down the middle and using down there maybe. But I wouldn't want to start using it on any other areas of my face because it's more of a highlighter. Now what she does is she uses the other end of this brush, which is perfect actually, for blending this in under your eyes. And actually it's quite good for getting into this line as well. I'm going to put a bit of this on my lids because I always find that it firms up my lids a little bit when I use it on my lids. And then I'm going to use shade 7 to conceal other little imperfections. I'll put this on my lids. I could have put the lighter one on my lids. I just forgot. Doesn't really matter. Just as long as we got a uniform colour. That's all that matters. And I'm going to use my fingers for some of this. And a little bit more on here. Okay, next, Charlotte.
That is so amazing, which is why they're calling it Spanx for the under eye, and quite frankly Spanx for the face. So it just gives it that amazing bouncy texture. It's another one of my amazing products that I adore. It's Hollywood Flawless Filter. Now, Hollywood Flawless Filter, this is a complexion booster. Something I adore about this formula is that it has this amazing satin.
So she's putting that on the high points of the face. So I will get, and she's using shade 3.
Lines and pores, giving that kind of lit from within, dreamy, gorgeous skin.
Okay, we'll do that next, Charlotte. I will just get my shade 3 Flawless Filter. Okay, and I do love this stuff because it does give your skin an extra glow, but it also gives you some more coverage, especially on these areas. So where I've got that pigmentation Can you see it always looks a little bit like I've been slapped in the face there? Actually, if I'm going for a lighter foundation like this, this will give me a bit more coverage in those areas, which is brilliant, as well as making me glow a bit more. And I can put some over that bit of pigmentation and a bit round there. So sort of in the high areas, you can put it up there, anywhere where you want it to look a bit glowy. And then I'm going to just go in and do this with my fingers. You can do it with a makeup sponge as well. I just like doing this because then you really get to blend it in well and it looks like skin. If you're going for a light dewy coverage, you want to make sure it's blended in, otherwise you might as well have gone for a full coverage. Probably put a bit too much there on my nose, but it doesn't matter. I'll just push some of that down at the side of my nose there, then start patting around the cheekbone area. I'm just going to put a little bit more Magic Away in shade 5 on that bit there because it's looking a bit dark still. It's always slightly darker this side than the other one. Okay, moving on. Next, Charlotte.
The Fair One, the pinky gorgeous powder underneath the eyes. This is one of my top secrets on the red carpet. It's just a dream for that under eye area. I've never, ever, ever come across anything so micro fine and so forgiving in kind of any lines, pores and setting your makeup underneath your eyes. It's just one of my top tips. As you know, eyebrows are the pillars of the...
Now, she came up with something there, that her top tip, which I've heard her talk about before. And I don't have this product. Shock horror, everyone. Newsflash. I do not have this product. She says, this woman, although she's a similar skin tone to me and similar foundation shade, that she uses shade 1 of her Genius Magic Powder under her eyes. And she does that under everybody's eyes within reason, because it has a pink undertone to it, and pink is brightening for under your eyes. Now, I only have shade 2 medium of the Genius Magic Powder, but I'm so tempted now to get shade 1 and try it out. But I have got so many powders, so I'm just going to see if I can find a more pinky powder that is going to replicate Charlotte's shade 1 Genius Magic Powder, and then I shall put a bit of her Genius Magic Powder on in shade 2 over the rest of my face. I nearly said the rest of my body then. What am I talking about? Okay, I do not have a pink setting powder, but what I do have is Becca Under Eye Setting Powder, which I haven't used for a while, but actually is brilliant, and it is very finely milled and translucent. An absolute dupe for this, drugstore dupe, is the e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder, which is identical and a lot less money. So this is going to give me a brightening effect anyway. And this combined with Becca's Under Eye Brightener, which I haven't used, corrector, is even better. But I think you can see this is very good, and I'm going to keep this within reach because I just got out the habit of using it because I couldn't find it quickly. Sometimes if I bury something, I think, oh, I can't be bothered to go look for it, and that's why I don't use it for a while. I'm just going to smooth out that concealer like so, and then just set my lids with it. This is definitely even finer than the Genius Magic Powder. It looks almost, when you look at it, it looks almost like baking powder. I don't mean makeup baking powder. I mean that sort of very, very finely milled powder. Okay, so that's my under eyes set. And then the rest of the face, I'm going to use her Genius Magic Powder. So I'm now just using the setting brush from Real Techniques to go over with her Genius Magic Powder. Just where it's, I'm trying to, this won't make you look too flat and matte, but there are some areas at the moment where I look too greasy. So I want to take that greasiness away, that greasy look away, and then just look like I have a glow. I also have Becca Hydra Mist setting powder, but I would not recommend that to anyone. It feels lovely when you first get it, but it dries out, so the watery feel that you feel on your skin will only last for about 2 months, and after that the water seems to go from in it. It's like every other setting powder. Anyway, let's get back to Charlotte, shall we?
Okay, so I'm going to start off by using my legendary brows, and this is fabulous. I adore this formula because it's just so quick and easy. And this colour is called Supermodel, and I'm just filling in the brows, really quick and easy. Gorgeous colour, and it just mimics the way the hairs grow. If you have lost a bit of hair or you've got a bit of a hole in your eyebrow, this very quickly and very forgivingly, with absolutely no skill needed, gives you a really good professional buffed brow. So,
okay, so legendary brows next. Be right back. Okay, so let's go in, and I also use Supermodel by Charlotte Tilbury. I still maintain that if you had Anastasia Beverly Hills formula and Charlotte's brush, you would have the perfect brow product. Excuse me for getting that little bit under there. Let's mop it away. Okay, next, Charlotte.
So I also like to use my pencil, my brow lift and shape tool, and I just like to slightly go over that, maybe soft focus it, maybe fill in any little bits as well. I'm going to use my life-changing eyelash curlers and get right into the root.
Okay, so pencil and life-changing eyelash curlers coming up. Okay, so I use the brush first. Just brush what I've just done. Make it look a bit softer. And then I shall use the pencil at the other end. And actually I'm going to use the thing in the middle as well. She doesn't use on her tutorial, but it is very good at highlighting the brow. Can you see that's got a pink sheen to it? So it's a bit like the philosophy of what she's saying about the under eye powder. That if it's got a pink undertone to it, it's going to have a brightening effect. So good, this. I was going to dip some in there, but I'll stick to her tutorial. Okay, life-changing eyelash curlers. Okay, next, Charlotte.
Hold the lashes and
she's still curling the lashes.
10-20 seconds. So darlings, I'm now going to use my Pillow Talk palette, and I'm obsessed with this. I'll use that as a wash backwards and forwards all the way over your eye, all the way up to your brow.
Hold on, Charlotte.
My blender brush.
So she's now got in with the prime shade of, jumped into it really quickly. So let's get going with the prime shade. Charlotte's brushes, and I'm going to go in with the prime shade as instructed, all over the lid, back and forward in a windscreen wiper. She makes it look so easy, doesn't she? And it is. Okay, I'm just going to follow her now.
Beautiful formula. Next, taking my blender brush and dipping it into the enhanced shade. Just going to nestle that into the socket and then go round in a semi-arch, backwards and forwards like a windscreen wiper. And these brushes are...
Okay, so she's going in with the enhanced shade, in with this same brush, and she's taking it here and up here and all the way in and nestling it in. Now, if you're a hoodie, don't forget to relax your lid so that you can see it once you've closed your eyes. Oops. I nearly went in with the wrong colour then. That's me wanting to do my own thing. She really nestles it into that side as well. So we will try that. And the other side, obviously. Okay, next, Charlotte.
This formula together are just magic because it just makes everything so super flattering and so super easy. It is easy to choose and easy to use. I'm going to take my little smudger brush and dipping that again into this beautiful sort of camel.
What she does a lot is this here at the end. So she is getting it into this corner. And now she's going to take her smudger brush and take that underneath. So I will take the smudger brush and with the same colour, smudging it underneath. Just blending that together because it doesn't look very blended there. Okay, next, Charlotte.
Rose, pop a little bit of that in the outer corner underneath, just very subtly. And now I'm going to take my blender brush and again dipping it into this slightly more sort of like a dusky rose, and I'm just going to pop that again into the socket to create a little bit more depth. And we're going to finish.
Okay, so she's going for the darker shade, the smoke shade, and she's putting some of that in here. She's focusing it a lot more into the crease. Now, this lady's eyes are not exactly the same shape as mine. I would definitely focus more at this end than she does. Right, let's see what she does next.
Off by using my finger and dipping that into this beautiful kind of rose gold. I have to say is divine. When you use it with your finger, this formula is so forgiving, but when you just use your finger, it's got lots of emollients. It's incredibly rich eyeshadow with oils, which is why you can use your finger with this particular eyeshadow. And I'm just going to pop that on, but it just gives a really lustrous bit of light. I'm going to use my...
Okay, so she was just putting that onto the lids. So I'm just going to let this warm up for a minute. And I'm going to put this on my lids to give a lustrous look of light. I love the alliteration that she uses in her descriptions. Lustrous look of light. Reminds me of Nigella Lawson when she's talking about food. I do love the shade of this pop shade in Pillow Talk. It's sort of lovely peachy pinky shade. And then I think she has just picked up her Audrey pencil, which I shall get, and I shall be right back. Okay, sorry guys, I can't find my Audrey pencil, but I found Sophia, which is very close to it. So I'm going to use that. Next, Charlotte. Okay, I've just put on the full fat lashes. I forgot to press record. But let's see what Charlotte has to say next.
In a really beautiful way where it doesn't clump and it really doesn't sort of cake and it doesn't drop. It's fantastic, this mascara. So darlings, now I'm going to use my Pillow Talk lip liner, which the whole Pillow Talk mania started from this lip pencil. I literally used it on every...
Okay, and let's see if she...
Every supermodel, everyone I ever worked with, every backstage, every red carpet, and the world went crazy.
She's filling the whole lip in. So she's filling the whole lip in, and then she's putting on Pillow Talk lipstick. Pillow Talk liner. Next, Pillow Talk lipstick.
This is Divine Pillow Talk lipstick. It's just this velvety hue that is really moisturising. It gives you that massive...
So let's carry on.
I'm going to use my iconic Film Star Bronze and Glow, and this palette is divine for contouring and highlighting, but also just to make you look a little bit sun-kissed, so you don't look too harsh. It's a very forgiving, beautiful palette. Another one of my fabulous...
Okay, Film Star Bronze and Glow. Just as a little aside, while I put my very forgiving Film Star Bronze and Glow. Now, I've used that phrase before. I've said that eyeshadows are forgiving, so I'm not criticising Charlotte. I'm criticising myself as well. But there's something about language I've noticed a lot. I've looked at other tutorials recently for the more mature woman. And, you know, I still honestly think that I'm 23 in my head. And I'm trying to get my head around all of this. But there is something about the language. Forgiving. This is forgiving. Forgiving of what? So forgiving that you might have a few more lines. Just the whole language of aging is so negative. You know, I haven't heard, maybe I have. Tell me what you think. But do people say, oh, this makeup be forgiving of acne, teenage acne? This is forgiving. They don't call it forgiving. They say this will help, or this will help to eradicate, but they don't say it's forgiving. it's almost like, you know, there's nothing you can do. So the makeup has to forgive you for being old. And I know I've used the phrase myself, so, you know, please don't come at me. I'm not saying that I'm any better, but it just got me thinking, that word, forgiving. I've heard a lot of people using it, and I'm going to end up putting loads of highlighter on as I get carried away on a tangent. But I'm just putting my contour on and my highlighter. And I think that will do. Okay, next, Charlotte.
This trick's Hollywood Beauty Light wand. This is literally like a Diva Light body. It literally smooths any lines around your eyes because it's got a lovely olive gel in it. And it also, you go to the gym, move around and sweat, and it doesn't sort of sit in lines and pores. Now I'm going to apply my amazing blusher in Swiss.
Before we go to the blush, I shall do that. I should probably have thrown this out. I've got another one, a new one. I should have thrown this out weeks ago, but I'm determined that I'm going to use what is left on the end of this to waste not, want not, because there's quite a bit that collects on the end of this sponge. So, as you can see, I'm not throwing it out until it's gone. A little bit down the nose, tiny bit on the chin, but mainly around this area. We want it to forgive our lines. All right, now she's moving on to the Cheek to Chic blush in Pillow Talk.
Wish and glow. It's like nature naturally blessed you with the perfect cheek colour. Wish and glow. Just gonna pop that. It's really the prettiest colour on the apple of the cheekbone in circular motions. And now I'm going to finish off my Divine Pillow Talk look with a little bit of a Scent of a Dream, which is...
She doesn't look like she swishes and pops on this, but she sort of mixes them together. But I quite like to swish and pop, so I'm going to do that. So I always do my swishes first, so that it's balanced out. That's just my little habit. And then I will do my pop, because the pop is beautiful. Okay, and then she finishes off with Scent of a Dream.
It's the secret to making all your dreams come true.
Which I have, and I shall put on in a minute, trust me. So there she is, and there I am. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today and seeing the Pillow Talk. And while you're watching my pictures, just a quick reminder, please go over to my friend's channel. That's Pamela. She started her channel last week, and the channel's name is Granny Makeup and Skincare After 65. Please go over and show her your love. I'm sure you will. Thanks for watching. See you very soon. Bye-bye.